Well, that was a fun one. I think that actually was probably for the fans really good basketball to watch. You know, the simple fact of the two teams probably combined to shoot 48% from the floor, shot the ball from the perimeter really well. So an exciting finish. It was just the way I drew it up on the board there. No, it wasn't. That's Kayla Sproul being Kayla Sproul, making plays. Really big shot there. Impressed with her. You know, we've if anybody's been following us, it's been a rough stretch. So we went Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 3 games on the road, logged a ton of miles, and now getting our first home game. And our kids are scrambling to go get on the plane to Alaska. All of that combined with it, this is a real rivalry. Drexel's a great team. They're right across the city. They've handed us an ugly loss and a tough loss last year. We got them once, but they've won this series since I've been here. So there was a lot of excuses could have gone into the night, and you maybe don't play well. Our starting point guard goes down. The backup point guard's got a bad ankle. She can't play. Third string point guard's a freshman in this environment. And now we're playing with kids who don't play the point, and they found a way. So just really, really impressed with their mental toughness. With all that said, we're still not quite playing basketball the LaSalle way. So in almost every game, we've turned the ball over more than our opponents. Like, that is the antithesis of what we're trying to do. But when the ball goes in the basket, you can have some success. So that was fun to watch.
On the other hand, you really see the growth of the program. I mean, you were talking about Kata last year, but the record probably still anchoring her down a little bit from what she deserved in laurels. And now, she's doing things you envisioned.
Yeah.
You're winning these kind of games, after a whole series of tough losses building the program.
If you just keep doing things the right way, sometimes things are going to come your way. So the expectations are higher this year. And I thought physically, we had the more talented team on the floor. The circumstances with the injuries and everything maybe changed that dynamic. But Drexel's just so well coached. They executed the heck out of us this first quarter. Like, we had to go to our buzz defense to get any life because we couldn't guard them. It's a rivalry that'll continue to be fun to watch.
How do you guys think you found your shots going against them?
Well, we did shoot like over 50% against Niagara and 67% in the first half. So we've been feeling it a little bit. That hopefully the 30% against Howard was an aberration. We won't see that again the rest of the year. We got a lot of kids on the floor who can shoot the ball. And if they can pass it to them instead of the other team, we should be in good shape.
Who's the backup point guard?
So both of the freshmen are the backup point guards. Fiona Connolly was the point guard in the second group because Emma Egan, who is also a point guard in that group, has been rebounding the ball at a really high level, so we've been playing her off the ball a little bit. So both of them were trying to get through, but Fiona was really hurt. She hurt her ankle in our last game. And Jay Haynes was out, who started the season in the starting lineup. She's battling a upper body injury. She made some big plays for us at the end on defense, which showed a lot of toughness because she's hurt. So real proud of her.
Any early prognosis on Molly?
Yeah, I think she's fine.
Okay.
I think the doctor said structurally she's pretty good. So she's hurt. There's pain there for sure. But she's a tough kid. She's going to find her way to fight through it.
Kayla, her first 3 games averaged like 9 points a game. How good was it just to see her go off like she did today?
Yeah, if you watched all 3, she kind of, except for the first one, she would admit she did not have a good night. She kind of went off in the other 2, but just the minutes have been limited. They were big wins. We were playing 5 in and 5 out. And I think Sacred Heart, she was 6 for 9. I think Niagara, she shot 70%. So it's just about, she had to play more minutes tonight to win the game. So if she's on the floor, she's going to score the ball.
So the rotation over the first 3 games, like you had 11 or 12 girls averaging double-figure minutes. Was some of that just to see what you got, big wins? You could do that, or is that what you're? It's
what we want to do, right? But it's not. We're not stuck on it. But we want to develop the whole roster. So should anyone not be their best at the end of the year, maybe not be healthy, we've got somebody in the game who's had experience, who we're not just throwing out there saying, hey, good luck. And that's what this is for. And man, the first 4 games have been great experience for the younger kids. It's been hard on them, but it's been great experience.
I mean, do you think that's been difficult for someone like Kayla who's used to playing 30-some minutes to adjust to, I'm only gonna maybe play 15 to 18 in some of these games, or?
Kayla just wants to win. I don't think she, I'll answer the question though. The answer is yes, it is difficult for some kids. I'm not saying it's difficult for any of these kids, but I've been doing this a long time, and some kids don't take it so well.
You talked about playing LaSalle basketball and how you want to focus more on that. Outside of turnovers, what do you hope to adjust?
I mean, that's real. I mean, so was pleased over the first 3 games of the way we rebounded. Tonight, not so much. I thought we had overall more size than them. We should not have given up 15 offensive rebounds. But it's taking care of the ball and then turning our opponent over. And so I know Drexel does not turn the ball over very much, so 15 turnovers against them is a good number, but they also don't pressure, so 21 turnovers against them is a really bad number. So I mean, that's it. We want to get more shots than our opponent by turning them over and not turning it over. And hopefully if you have enough shooters, that's going to work out in your favor. And so far, we're winning going backwards, and I'll take it. Any way we can get the wins, I don't care.
What are your thoughts on Lavelle and Drexel?
Wow. I mean, if she plays us every night, she's going to be amazing. We had no answers. So I honestly cannot give you a great eval of her. All I know is that she kept scoring the ball. But I also know that she had quite a few wide open shots. That's part of, being really good as a freshman, but you're not, the kids don't kind of believe it yet. I think people are going to believe it after her first 2 games. She's legit.
Do you see her on the AAU circuit at all? Or?
Honestly, I didn't. But,
Okay.
I'm sure we did.
Okay.
Focus a lot different now. I mean, just as you talked, you got here. First it was play respectable, then it's kind of let's get to 500, and now it's dual now. Besides people looking at you and giving you a second pick in the A10, you're looking for all the marbles this year.
There's no doubt about that, Mal. We thought last year that it was a potential 2-year process to contending for a championship. And I thought we kind of even jumped ahead last year. I think we were legit contenders. Obviously, we bounced in the first round, but I think that the league knew that we could compete with anybody on any given night. And so last year we were excited to be in that point. But we felt like a lot of nights we went out and lost games, sometimes the teams that we were better than. And that's a new experience for a team you're building a program. You're not used to being the team that's expected to win a game. So that number 2 preseason poll, it was nice of the coaches to say that. All that's done is put the bullseye on us, which is what we need though, because we obviously didn't handle that as the higher seed in the tournament. We didn't handle that pressure. We lost the game. So hopefully all season long, every night we go out there, except for some exceptions, the expectation is that you should win the game. So can you go play and perform?
To go back to the rotation thing, I didn't get to watch your
Yes.
first games. So you had, first group plays, I think it was like 3 minutes, second group came in for maybe like 90 seconds, first group came back in. Is that a sort of set pattern pregame? Is that just depending, what's your mindset as that's going on?
So I could have left the first group out there a little longer tonight because of the pace of the game. But if we're playing at the pace we want to play at, about 2.5, 3 minutes, they should be ready to go to the bench. They should be tired. And hopefully the other coach isn't subbing, the next group is coming in fresh. So even they're not my top 5, right, necessarily, they're going to be better against the next group because they're a little bit tired and my kids are fresh. And so you continue that snowball. So that it typically is going to do it pretty evenly. You're going to be out there as long as you're playing well until you're tired. And then we're going to flip.
And try to keep that as a unit rather than just starting to then
Yes,
1 or 2.
yes. But tonight, the first 90 seconds, the point guard in that group, she was hurting. It was ugly, and we're like, hey, we're gonna not go 5 and 5. We're gonna tighten up the rotation a little bit.
Because then the second quarter, then it started to be like Jay just comes in by herself.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah. So it's not something that we are stuck doing, but we're gonna do it to try to wear our opponent down and to develop more kids as long as it's not costing us. And so tonight we thought maybe it was hurting us a little bit, so we tightened the rotation. Next game, maybe we do it the whole time. And we did it the whole time, the middle 2 games.
Okay.
The first game, we had to get out of it.
How long is the flight to Alaska? Is it commercial or?
So we are flying to Seattle, staying overnight in Seattle, and we'll land in Alaska at like 10 a.m. Wednesday. We'll be dog sledding by 12:35, and it should be a fun trip.
Are you actually dog sledding?
Uh-huh,
Oh,
yeah.
I got time for a trip to Pike's Market in Seattle, or?
No,
Okay.
no, we land at like 8 p.m. and we leave at like 5:30.
Right.
We're basically staying at the airport. We are getting a hotel, but we're staying at the